Good morning. I am looking like a Jedi Master, which is quite impressive. It was snowing when I left to do the dog walk today, and so I've used the husband's coat because he's one of those like practical people who has coats that are like waterproof and stuff, whereas I just have ones because they're like leopard print or furry. Not practical at all. Definitely not for the rain. So I'm actually wearing my husband's coat and my husband's boots. I'm sure he won't know about that until he watches this. So, lol. Anyway, so the next chapter in the Jesus Storybook Bible, which I'm going through, even though I haven't got little children anymore, I'm actually out of the messy years. If you don't know what the messy years are, you're not in them. So yeah, my youngest will be 8 next week. So we're just not with little ones anymore. But we mustn't have another one because we've got nephews and nieces, and then hopefully a break, and then some grandkids maybe. But that'll be another episode of life. Anywho, so I don't really want to talk today about the terrible lie, because it's a bit close to home and a bit challenging. It's like God knew the timing of when I would do a little video on that chapter. So last week I met with a couple of friends and had one of those bit cryy, bit snotty praying moments. And I might be living under a couple of lies, it seems. Anyway, so to backtrack in case you don't know the story, Adam and Eve are in the beautiful garden, and then the snake is a proud, hateful liar because he wanted to be like God and he can't, because God is truthful and all about love. And he whispered to Eve, "Does God really love you? I think if he loved you, he'd let you eat the fruit from that tree." And Eve fell for it. So yeah, a terrible lie entered the garden and everything went wrong. All got a bit screwed up. And I'd like to think, I think we all would like to think, I wouldn't have eaten the fruit. We would have all eaten the fruit, and we would have all brought sin into the world. And obviously this terrible lie ruined everything, all the perfect, but mainly ruined God's relationship with Adam and Eve, because they started questioning, does he love me? Does he care about me? And then they were ashamed, and then they were scared, and then they were, they'd always been naked, but they were suddenly ashamed to be naked and didn't want God to see them and know them. I mean, it's God. He just knows us and sees us at our worst and at our best. And so, yeah, the timing of it for today is a bit pants, because praying with a couple of friends this week, and they suggested that I might be seeing God not so much as loving father, but horrible slave master. So I said a couple of phrases that they commented on and asked some questions and drew me out on. And yeah, so there's something I'm processing this week, which is lovely that you get to be along the journey. And I'm not crying right now because no one wants a cry video blog thing, do they? But I am seeing my therapist friend on Thursday, so she can probably help me with all of that. But yeah, so I guess in the midst of actually believing a couple of lies myself about, yeah, not how God sees me, not quite understanding that he sees me as his loving daughter. If my kids were seeing me as rule maker and lawmaker and slave master rather than loving mum, then either I've got something desperately wrong or they really, really have. And so in this case, I know I've got something wrong. I know I'm listening to a couple of lies at the moment that are they're affecting the way I'm doing life. They're affecting the joy and the truth and the fruit, and definitely making me want to hide away and be a bit shameful, but God already knows me at my worst, and he loves me because he loves me. And I love the bit in the Jesus Storybook that says that it's a never-ending, never-breaking, never-giving-up love. Oh, I love that. And so yeah, I guess my encouragement to you as I am processing and not all the way through the fact that I am definitely listening to a couple of lies, and you can tell whether they're lies. Are they bringing you joy, fruit, life, freedom, life in abundance, or are they just all the opposite of those things? And does it match up with what Scripture says about God, or not so much? So it's very easy to see whether it's a lie, but if you're like me, you tend to just live in it anyway. And I'm very grateful for a couple of friends that helped me see that there's some lies that I'm living in, and they've encouraged me to process that and to also seek the truth, because the truth indeed sets us free. It's like it's all in the Bible, it's literally all there. Just have to actually A, read it, B, believe it, C, read it again, D, believe it some more. So yeah, they are my thoughts today, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.